Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, hope you will be fine. Today we are going to revise the story The Happy Prince by Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde was an Irish dramatist, story writer, and novelist. His story is a criticism on the poverty, hypocrisy, and exploitation of the Victorian age. In that age, people had different standards of morality for the rich and the poor. The title of the story is The Happy Prince, but inwardly we see he is not happy. He feels sorrow, pity for the common people, so he is not happy as title is symbolic. And this story, The Happy Prince, is called a fairy tale. First of all, we will see what is a fairy tale. The Happy Prince is an interesting fairy tale. A fairy tale is basically folk literature. It deals with the fortunes or misfortunes of a great hero or heroine. We see fairies, giants, witches, magic, and other supernatural elements in it. Its characters are imaginary and unreal. This story may also be called a fairy tale. It has two main characters, the statue of the Happy Prince and the swallow. Both help the needy with rubies, sapphires, and gold leaves. In our daily life, we do not see them talking, working, thinking, and feeling. In real life, the prince was so lost in merrymaking that he had no time to look to the poor people. He could not see their miseries and sorrows, but in the story he sees the suffering humanity, weeping, crying, and dying of starvation. This also corresponds to a fairy tale. The language of the story is also of a fairy tale, like it attracts the interest of the reader to the end. A fairy tale necessarily has a moral. This story also tells us that the purpose of our life should be to help the suffering humanity. The Happy Prince gives the sapphires of his eyes, the ruby of his sword hilt, and gold leaves of his body to the poor. All this wins him the love of Allah. His suffering of physical beauty, his sacrifice of physical beauty brings him spiritual beauty. The swallow also sacrifices his life and is appreciated by Allah. Dear students, there are some major characters in this story. The Happy Prince, he was a former ruler who lived happily in palace of Sans Souci. The palace was surrounded by lofty walls so that sorrows could not enter. The Happy Prince did not bother how people in Sans Souci were living their lives. After his death, his statue was set up so high that he could see all the ugliness and misery of the city. The second major character is the swallow. The swallow was the bird who worked as a messenger for the statue of Happy Prince. When the statue donated both of his eyes, swallow stayed with him forever. He started loving the statue of the Happy Prince. There are some other minor characters. The seamstress, the first poor in the story, the seamstress, she is portrayed as a thin and worn-faced woman with coarse and red hand. She has a baby and he is lying ill on the bed. He has fever and asking for oranges. His mother has nothing to give him but river water, so he is crying. Then there is the character of the playwright. The second poor is a young man whose hair is brown and crisp. His lips are red as a pomegranate and he has large and dreamy eyes. He is trying to finish a play for the director of the theatre, but he is too cold to write anymore. There is no fire in the grate and hunger has made him faint. The little match girl. The little match girl is the third poor. She has to give her father money, or he will beat her if she goes home penniless. She has let her mess fell in the gutter, and they are all spoiled. Her father will beat her if she doesn't bring home some money, and she is crying. She has no shoes or stockings, and her little head is bare. Number 4, the minor character is of a beautiful angel. An angel was signed with the task by the god to bring two most precious things in the city. When he brought the leaden heart and the dead swallow, the god said, you have rightly chosen, said God. The good deeds of whomsoever and whatsoever happy prince and swallow must be paid fairly by God. Setting of the statue. High above the city on a tall column stood the statue of Happy Prince. He was gilded with thin leaves of fine gold. For eyes he has two bright spires, and a large red ruby glows on his sword hilt. This reputation given to statue by town's councillors. Then there was imagination and thinking about the prince. Why can't you be like Happy Prince, said little boy. The Happy Prince never dreams of crying for nothing, mother replied. He looks like an angel, said the charity children. I am glad that there is someone in the world who is quite happy, muttered a disappointed man. The little swallow was in love with most beautiful reed, but he let off her because she denied to come with him. After this swallow came to that city, he alighted between the statue of Happy Prince. When he was just going to sleep, a drop of water fell on him. When he looked up, he saw that the eyes of the Happy Prince were full of tears. Who are you? Swallow asked. I am Happy Prince, statue replied. Happy Prince never saw sorrow in his life, but now he is placed too high that he can see sorrow's ugliness and misery in the city. The Happy Prince asked Swallow that why don't he help him. Swallow first denied because he has to leave to Egypt. But the statue requested the swallow to stay there for one night because of the apologized request of the Happy Prince. Swallow decided to stay. The statue told the swallow that in a little street there was a poor house where a poor seamstress lived. She was preparing a beautiful dress for the queen's maid. Her son was ill and was asking for oranges, but the poor woman had nothing to give her ailing son except the river water. The Happy Prince requested the swallow to take the ruby out of his sword hilt and give it to the poor woman. The swallow wanted to go to Egypt where all his friends were gathering. However, he agreed to stay for a night and be his messenger. He took the ruby in his beak and went to the poor woman's house. There he put the ruby on a table and flew back to the Happy Prince. The next day, when the swallow again tried to fly to Egypt, the Happy Prince requested him to stay with him for one more night. He told the swallow that far away in the city, a young writer was sitting in his room trying to write a play, but he was so cold and hungry that he had no power to do anything. The Happy Prince requested the swallow to pluck out one of the spires from his eyes and give it to the poor writer. He would sell it to the jeweler and buy food and firewood and finish his play. The swallow agreed. He plucked out the prince's eyes and flew away to the writer's room. He put the precious stone near the young writer and flew away. When the writer saw the stone lying in his room, he was very pleased. The next day, the swallow came to the prince to bid him goodbye. The happy prince requested him to stay with him for one more night. He told the swallow that in the square below there stood a poor match girl. All her matches had fallen into the gutter. Her father would beat her if she did not bring home some money. He asked the swallow to pluck out his other eye and give it to her. First, the swallow hesitated, then, on the insistence of the prince, agreed. He plucked out the prince's other eye and went to the girl and slipped the jewel into the palm of her hand. The little girl was very happy. She ran home laughing. When the swallow came back to the prince, he told him that he would not leave him alone as he was now blind. He sat on the prince's shoulders and told him the stories of the strange lands he had visited. The prince told the swallow that he told him the marvelous stories. There is no mystery so great as misery. He asked him to fly over his city and tell him what he saw there. The swallow flew over the city. He saw the rich making merry and the poor facing misery. He saw the two little boys who were shivering with cold and were hungry. He flew back and told the prince what he had seen. The prince asked the swallow to take the gold leaf by leaf off his body and give it to the poor. The swallow obeyed him, and leaf after leaf of the fine gold he brought to the poor. They were all happy. But then the snow came, and the swallow became ill because of cold. Due to much cold, swallow died in prince's feet in the love of happy prince. The prince statue had broken. Mayor and town councillors called him shabby. Then statue was sent to the furnace and swallow thrown away. The heart of the happy prince did not melt, and it also thrown with swallow. One day God asked one of his angels to bring him two nicest things in the earth. The angel brought him the prince's heart and swallow. God said, "You have chosen right." Okay, girls, now we will discuss the theme of this story. The first theme is of love. The compassion of the statue for other people and the bird's swallow depicts great sensitive feelings. The prince gives away everything to help people, and the swallow and prince share a fantastic love bond. The second theme is of sacrifice. While the prince gives away his ruby eyes and gold leaves, the little swallow sacrifices his life to serve humanity. The bird did not reach Egypt to meet its companions, instead stayed with the prince in harsh cold weather and at last died at the feet of the statue. Third theme is of appearances can be deceptive. This story has a great lesson to teach as it portrays a statue coated in gold, but basically it is made up of lead. The appearance was grand, but when all gold coating came off, the statue looked ugly. Another thing associated with it is that the prince was happy when he was alive and enjoyed his wealth, but the time he saw human beings suffering, he was saddened by the poverty and pain around him. This story also depicts the exploitation and hypocrisy of the ruling class of society. And this theme is vibrant in the story as the mayor and his members of office judge the statue and choose to pull it down as they thought it looked ugly. Also, the happy prince lived in his palace not knowing the misery of human beings, as he never bothered to look beyond the huge walls of his palace. The rich live lavishly and the poor are not treated well. Another theme is of true friendship. The prince in the story shares a great bond of friendship and respect with the little swallow. Whatever the prince commands, the swallow follows the orders religiously. The friendship they had was so true and loyal that they were put in heaven together. The moral values we get from these stories: number one, there will be a good reward for those who feel for the poor and make sacrifices to remove miseries and sufferings of the other people. The second is that the outward beauty doesn't mean a lot. The real beauty is in the person's heart, which have the deep feelings and the ability to feel the sorrow and hardships of others. And that's the end, dear students. You are supposed to prepare questions and their answers. I'm going to give you three long questions. Question number one is, how does the prince help the poor and the needy? We have discussed in this story the different ways how the prince helped the poor. Number two, discuss the happy prince as a fairy tale. This part has also been discussed in this story. Question number three is, the happy prince is a criticism on modern world. That's and thank you for watching.